What's going on, guys? My name's Elisha and welcome back to GòL's Premier League Weekly Recap.
The Premier League is over. No.
We still got to talk about it anyways, okay? So let's get right into this. So first up, as you know, Manchester City are the Premier League champions, and they did so while breaking a bunch of records. I have to read this off because they did a lot. First up, they have the most win of any teams in a 38-game Premier League season. 32 wins, the most points. First team ever to reach 100 points in one season, 106 goals, 18 consecutive wins, a 19-point distance from the second place team, 16 away wins, and a 79 goal difference. My God, they destroyed the whole league. To be honest, I don't know if this is the best City side. I don't know if this is the best Premier League side of all time, but on paper, they definitely are. They broke like all the most important records and they won the league early. And this was not an easy one, to be honest. The teams this year, you know, slacking a little bit, to be honest, but they put up a really good fight. Remember at one point at the beginning of the season, people thought they were going to go undefeated, like for the whole season, basically, because they were just not losing. Sterling, De Bruyne was on fire. Everybody was just on point, and this team played so well together. Last year, Pep kind of got mocked when it was his first season in the Premier League. Everybody was like, oh, this is not the Bundesliga. This is not La Liga. You're not about to come here and, you know, take over like you did in the other leagues. And he did just that. He proved that he's just one of the greatest managers, probably the greatest manager of all time. He just took over the Premier League and broke all the records that, no disrespect, Alex Ferguson, Wenger, Mourinho couldn't break after all their years in the Premier League. Speaking of Manchester City records, Ederson, I know I'm butchering his name, but the keeper, Brazil keeper, just broke the world record, the Guinness World Record for the longest drop ball kick of all time. The previous record was 75 meters, and he broke it, reaching 75.35 meters. And since we're on the record talk, Mohamed Salah broke the record for the most goal by any single Premier League player in a 38-game season. This guy, like, who else to do it but Mohamed Salah? People were thinking probably Harry Kane in the modern Premier League world had the best chance to break a record like that. But Salah, first season back in the Premier League, first season with Liverpool, and just out here breaking records. He's the Golden Boot winner. I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore. Tell me, let me know what you think about Salah, because I really don't. But let's not forget Kevin De Bruyne, the boy, probably the most influential player on this year's Manchester City team. He was just on fire. Without him, they definitely would not have won the league as dominantly as they have. I mean, probably at all, because De Bruyne, when you really look at it, every single time, De Bruyne was just his movement on, off the ball, the passing. I mean, he just won the playmaker. He just ended the season with the most assists in the league. This guy is incredible. This is why I keep saying that people need to give more respect to those guys that are more on the assist side and not on, you know, scoring goals, because they're so much more important that they get credit for. Assists matter. You have to have that playmaker. That playmaking ability is no joke. It's really a talent. The guys that master it, the Iniestas, the Messis, these guys take their game on a whole nother level. So put some respect on De Bruyne's name. I don't know why the league took so long to come up with this award, but he's the first one to win it, so shout out to him. And last but not least, with the top awards, we can't forget about the human octopus, David De Gea, top 5 goalkeepers of all time. Don't at me if you want, but top 5 goalkeepers of all time, especially with this Manchester United team. The defense is not so solid, okay? They're taking a lot of shots, a lot of very intense game for Manchester United, because when you're a team that has dominated for so many years, people can't wait to take you down. Players want to play their best against you, okay? Even if the golden era of Manchester United has been over for a while now, they still retain that name, right? So whenever you play against them, it's like, it's extra motivation for you. So these players really want to go at it. De Gea has been saving United time and time again. This guy has he's an octopus. It's crazy. So you have to respect the fact that he can keep 18 clean sheets. He's made some incredible saves over the season. YouTube it, watch his highlights, and your mind's gonna be blown away. But now, sadly, the Premier League is over. Yes, I know, tragic.
Oh my God, no.
But the last day, we have to talk about this Tottenham-Leicester game that ended 5-4. Tottenham, it almost slipped away from them. Of course, we already know they secured that Champions League spot, right? But finishing the season with a loss like that to Leicester would have just been, well, Tottenham, like, people expect them to screw up late in the season. But Leicester played a fantastic game. We kind of got to see 2 seasons ago, Leicester, 2016 Leicester play. They were fantastic. Yes, there was one own goal from Christian Fuchs, but it was really a really good effort from Leicester. But with that being said, let's look at how the board is looking like for the end of the season. We're not, too worried about everything in the middle. We're going to focus on the top and the very, very bottom. So at top 4, the teams that are going to be going to the Champions League next season, you have first place Manchester City, second Manchester United. To be honest, I still don't know how that happened, how United actually got second place. But at third place, Tottenham, and fourth, Liverpool. So these 4 teams going to be moving on to the Champions League and giving it another shot. Liverpool is in the Champions League final. They might actually not even need, that default top 4 spot. And if they win the Champions League, they're automatically qualified for next year. So, looking forward to that, of course, because, we don't. Hey, what kind of Barca fan would I be if I didn't root for Liverpool? But Swansea, West Brom, and Stoke City dead last, all getting relegated. You need to go down another level, get yourself together, get that team back into that competitive spirit so that they can, strive for something bigger, so they can get back to the first league, compete with the big boys. Sometimes you got to take a step back so you can make a bigger step forward. Don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sticking with it. And how can I forget the legend, the man, one of the best midfielders the Premier League has ever seen, Yaya Toure, will be leaving City. Well, he is leaving City now that the season is over after 8 years with the team. So far, we know that he's not going to quit football. He's just leaving Manchester City. And what a way to go out. Goes out on top as a champion. And he's giving everything that I think he can to this team. He's been so influential over the past decade. So he definitely deserves this last moment of excellence, going out on top. What a way to leave the team that you've been with for so long in your career, then to win the league with them. And before I end this, I wanted to show you guys this beautiful picture of Paul Pogba and Mark Noble. Find yourself someone who looks at you the way Pogba looks at Mark Noble. If that's not love, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. That is pure love and affection, and I'm here for it. You do your thing, Pogba. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably not going to be the last, show about English football for this season. I know the Premier League is over, but we still got the FA Cup, and there's still, some other things happening in England, in English football, after the season ends. So you're probably going to see me again talking about that next week. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, but if you didn't, drop a dislike. But you know the drill. Make sure you let me know why in the comments below so that I can improve. Make sure you check out the music and the social media in the description, and I'll see you guys next week on GòL. Peace.